lady sent out to try and divide the learners into the different faculties to which we'll be going to, right? So she comes out and then she'll just start mentioning the faculties you want to go to, and then you're supposed to raise your hand, and then she's just going to divide us like that. So I don't remember which she really started with, but I remember she asked about natural and agricultural sciences faculty, and a huge number of students raised their hands up, right? And I remember she asked people wanting to go to the law faculty, and a few students raised their hands up, and I remember she asked about people wanting to go to the health faculty, and I was the only one who raised my hand up, right? And I felt stupid, and I felt like even the people around me are looking at me and saying, yeah, no, that guy's stupid, felt very, very stupid. I'm saying, okay, I have to honor what my father said, right? So just go there, stupid as it looks, just get the rejection, come back out. So the lady calls me, and then she sends me to the health faculty, right, to the representatives that are there for the health faculty. So I get there, and as soon as I step inside into that building, right, you can see that the representatives for the health faculty, they haven't been getting people, right? They're even starting to look bored, right? Who would be coming to the health faculty now? And here I am, walk over there, and I ask them, hey guys, how are you? Greet each other, and then I ask them, is there still space for me to apply for medicine, right? They said, nah, it's full. You can apply now, right? And I remember just saying thank you. And as soon as I was standing up, right, I didn't really feel the rejection feeling. I didn't feel like a failure, like the feeling I mostly got when I got rejected, right? I remember as I stood up, I remembered what a lady told me, or what this girl I used to go to school with told me, Ashley, right? She told me that in UP it's possible for you to do BSc, and then from BSc transfer into UP, right? And I'm really grateful also for her for letting me know about this. So as soon as I stand up, that question comes to my mind, and I asked it: is it really possible for me to do BSc and then jump over to medicine? And she says, yeah, it is possible. So I'm like, yo, okay, that's nice. I'd like to apply for BSc then. And then she said that, okay, BSc is not in the health faculty, it's in the natural and agricultural faculty. I don't remember if it's agricultural and natural sciences, or it's natural sciences, and I don't remember if it's agricultural and natural sciences, or it's natural sciences and agricultural faculty. I don't remember, but they send me there, right? And I get there and I tell them that I'd like to apply for BSc Biological Sciences. I remember I take my documents out. Oh, before I take my documents out, the lady there asks me, said, okay, you can apply for that if you have a student number. Sure. I think at this point my mind was blown, because if you remember the previous year, my brother applied for me, go UP, even after I asked him not to, So it's interesting that my plan, right, if things had gone my plan at that moment, my journey to going into medicine would have been broken off, or it would have been delayed, right? But I believe through a higher power, through God, He made sure that I had a student number the year before, knowing that I would need it the beginning of next year. So very excited. I I told her that, yeah, I do have a student number. Right, I gave her my student number, and she said, oh, okay, you can apply. You want to apply for BSc in Biological Sciences? I said, yes. She takes my documents, and she's busy with, I'm not even watching what she's doing, right, because I'm anticipating a rejection. So she's busy with my documents. She's busy typing. I don't know what she's doing. I'm not even watching her at this point. I'm just looking at people around me, She takes my documents, gives them to this other guy, and the guy goes through them, and I start to get anxious. Why aren't they not giving me my rejection quickly? Right? I wanted to get that rejection quickly and just go home. Why are they taking so much time to give me this rejection? The gentleman takes my documents and gives them back to this lady. And this lady, she goes to them for the last time, and then she says, okay, she says, you've been accepted for BSc Biological Sciences, but you're going to do the extended program, right? It'll be at Mamelodi. And then she said, for more information, check your portal. She gives me my documents and calls for the next student. And sure, I remember watching her, and she's giving me my documents, and with the documents she's giving me, she also gave me a proof of registration. And I remember looking at my name on the proof of registration in disbelief. Right? I remember just watching it and not believing that I had just been accepted to study in a university. So that experience was the craziest. I think I was even more happy when I was accepted for BSc than I was when I was accepted for medicine. I couldn't believe it. I remember looking at this proof of registration and thinking, yo, boy, now you're no longer doing subjects, you're doing modules now. I remember seeing CMY, PHY, things like that, and in disbelief, really. And I remember coming back to the car, and I told my father that I had been accepted for BSc in Biological Sciences, and then if I can do well in those, I can then move over and be accepted for medicine. And interestingly enough, he never said, I told you so, or anything like that. He just said, oh, we thank God, and we drove off. Right? So very excited. I was very excited, man. I think I had 2 weeks before it was time for me to come back to Pretoria and start orientation week. And in those 2 weeks, I was filled with so much disbelief, because now I'm preparing to leave, man. We're doing shopping, and every night when I went to sleep in those 2 weeks, I couldn't believe it. Right? We were looking for my room, and eventually we got it. And sure, I couldn't believe, right? So orientation week starts, and I'm still very excited, man. Now I'm in university, although it's still on the Mamelodi campus, but now I'm a university student. Orientation week starts, and I quickly realized that the competition of making it from BSc to medicine was very, very hard. It was very, very hard. A lot of students wanted to go to medicine, right? And nowhere in this process did I feel that I'm gonna make it. I remember beginning of the year, February, this one guy, we're sitting in chemistry, we're waiting for the lecturer to come, and this one guy is looking very, very tired, he's looking very, very sleepy. I mean, this is the first class we are attending that day, and we asked him, why are you so tired? And he said that he had to cross night. So how it works is, he stays close to the campus in Mamelodi, right? So with him staying that close, when we left the previous day, he went and bought some food for himself, And then after buying the food, his plan was to study. So he studied and he finished at about 7:30, right? And as he was planning on going home, the security guards stopped him. Said, no, at the Mamludi campus, once we come to a certain time, no one can leave and no one can come out. Right? No one can come in and no one can come out. So the security guard said, because of this law, we are not allowed to let you out. Right? You'll only be allowed to leave at 6 a.m. the following morning. So the guy goes back into the lecture hall and pushes and cross nights. He leaves at 6 a.m. to go prepare for the day, and at 8 a.m. he is in class with us. And this is where I realized that people really were fighting to make it to medicine, right? And this is where I think I also turned on, because the day before I came back and slept, woke up and maybe pushed for an hour and slept. Plus I was still not used to the concept of having Wi-Fi like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna use Wi-Fi. So I get there, I push. That year I worked. 2018 was one of my hardest years, right? Not only academically, but it was the most I've challenged myself in almost every aspect of my life. I wanted to just live a disciplined life, and I really pushed, right? Although throughout the year, I honestly didn't believe that I was going to make it. I was getting proper marks, but I felt like learners, or students rather, were going to be accepted to go from BSc to medicine. We're getting 99 and 100%. That's what I thought. So we do the internal application, and they tell us that they're only going to take about 20 to 25 students from BSc and transfer them to medicine, right? Out of a large number, there were a lot of us. And I realized that, I'm not going to make it. That's what I thought in my head. I'm not going to make it, but I'm still going to push, but I'm not going to make it. We do the internal application, and the results come back. As the results came back, I checked them. Mine says waitlisted, right? And in my mind I thought, since I'm waitlisted, no one is gonna really leave their position for me to take it, right? So for me, the wait list was like, no, you're rejected. You are rejected. So I remember feeling a bit defeated, but I expected this, man. I don't think my marks were that good enough to make it to medicine. So I go to class that day, right? I know that a couple of my friends and some people in my classmates had also applied for medicine. So a friend of mine says he's gonna check his status with me, right? He checks his status and he has been accepted. Wow, okay, that's impressive. Oh, that's very impressive, man. And I'm like, now I get curious because I want to see the type of results people get. I want to see the type of results for people who get accepted for medicine. So I said, boy, can you just show me your marks, boy, man? I just want to see how you did. And he opens his marks, and it took me a few minutes to really understand what I was looking at, because I'm looking at his marks, but then I'm realizing that I did better than him, right? But then I get confused. Why is he then accepted and why am I rejected? You know, it was really confusing. Another friend of ours from the same class, he comes in and he shows us his application status. He's also been accepted. I said, Ntana, can I see your results now? And his results are also showing that I did better than him. So I think I just got more frustrated. Like, how could this be? I get more than these gents, and they accepted. I'm waitlisted. How does this work? You know. You remember I emailed this gentleman. I tell him, this is what I've seen today, right? Is it possible maybe that there was a mistake? And the gentleman very confidently said that no, there was no mistake. They usually don't make mistakes with regards to these qualifications. So if you're waitlisted, you're probably supposed to be there, right? And I was still very frustrated because, like, how is this not a mistake then? Because how is it that I got more marks than these two gents, but I'm still rejected? And as I did research more, I found that 5 students from my class were accepted. And out of the 5 that were accepted, only one of them did better than me, right? So the other 4, I got better marks than them, but they accepted them and waitlisted me. And I remember for a whole month, it was a frustration I couldn't get. At some point, I honestly felt like someone is using me to game me, because how is it that I am producing the marks that are required for me to be accepted for medicine, and I'm still being rejected? Felt very frustrated, felt very confused. I wasn't attending classes properly, right? Although I didn't stay in my room, I wouldn't miss a whole school day, right? Because I didn't want to sit alone and just think by myself. But I'd go to class, I'd go to campus, and then in the middle of the class, I'd just leave and start walking, or just start sitting in the sun and start watching some YouTube videos. So asking myself, how is this happening? And this goes on for a whole month, right? Feeling a bit crazy here and there, feeling a bit frustrated, sometimes feeling like maybe it was just a dream, and you're realizing it's not a dream, it's happening. So I remember after a full month, I'm starting to come to a place where I'm accepting the condition that I'm in, right? But I felt like to fully accept what's going on, I'd like to have a reason, right, that will allow me to just carry on with my academics without ever thinking about this, because I realized that me being in that state was very unhealthy. So I remember I'm sitting in physics, not physical science. I'm sitting in a physics lecture and I'm thinking about all these things, and I'm like, yeah, no, at least you must just get answers, gay. So I leave the physics lecture and I go to the computer labs, and I decided that I'm going to send an email to everyone who was linked with the health faculty. Right? I remember I even saw some emails belonging to people who were assisting postgrads. I took those emails as well, right? Because I was like, nah, at least I need answers to move on. And interestingly enough, almost everyone answered that email. Almost everyone responded very quickly to my email, and they were all sending me to this one lady. So this lady was still away on maternity leave, if I'm not mistaken, and they told me that she's going to be back in 2 weeks. So I'm like, no, it's fine. As long as I get answers, I can wait. All I need now, and I no longer even want the medicine, right? I just want reasons for me to be able to function again. 2 weeks passes by, and after 2 weeks, I get an email, right? I get an email, and I saw the email the following day. Morning, right? The bus just dropped us off at on campus, right? I take up my phone. I see that there's an email from the lady that I was waiting for, and then in that email she just says that check your application status on the portal, right, regarding medicine. And I checked it, and I saw that I had been accepted. So I remember just accepting also that I'm gonna be taking the degree next year, and I was happy. I was happy, but I wasn't as happy as I was for making it to BSc. just exited it. I put my phone away and I just went to class. So this is how I made it to medicine. You know, this is where you realize that it seems impossible until it's done, right? Or another person might say that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So it was really a bumpy road, but I think if you could keep with it, you would be able to make it. So I hope my story would encourage someone out there trying to pursue medicine. Thank you.